Hi sexy, it's day 19 of every day in May and today is the 20th of May 2013, which means it's the start of YouTube Comedy Week. Yeah! Dressed for the occasion, it's quite exciting, isn't it? I thought, you know, YouTube's having a little time, I'll have a little fun time, a little party in my room and dress up. So, hello. I thought in honour of Comedy Week I would talk about the comedies that have meant a lot to me in my life. I love comedy. I love sitcoms, I love stand-up, I just love comedy. Comedy's great and I think it's the best type of thing to create and definitely the hardest type of thing to create. So we start with two from my childhood, which are these. Some of us do have them, and 40 Towers. The two comedies that I watched probably at the youngest and realised I loved it. Properly loved both of these. Obviously 40 Towers is a major classic that everyone loves because it's just great. Some of us do have them, not so much, but amazing. Frank Spencer, just incredible, and yeah, these were my two when I was younger that I was well into and definitely paved the way for the rest of the fantastic comedy that was about to come into my life. Next on the list were these, The Young Ones and Bottom. I was obsessed with both of these. I'm a big fan of Rick Mayall in general, and him in both of these is just probably the reason I started to love it. I loved Drop Dead Fred, the film that he's in as well around that time, so I was just really into Rick Mayall, and yeah, majorly got into The Young Ones and Bottom. Bottom took over The Young Ones slightly because The Young Ones was a little bit harder for me to understand, all the sort of references to stuff. Now looking back, I mean, I still can't choose one over the other, but they're both so great, aren't they? One that I haven't got the DVD for but have to mention is Flight of the Conchords. I've lent my DVDs to my friend Adam, sadly, but yeah, Flight of the Conchords, amazing, just so funny, amazing songs, brilliant, everything's brilliant. Murray is amazing in it, their manager, and if you haven't seen Flight of the Conchords, then I urge you to. I urge you to see every single thing that I show. That's kind of the reason I'm doing this. If you haven't seen these shows, then you should definitely see them because they really are the best that comedy has to offer. The Office has to be mentioned for just completely, it was groundbreaking, and even though now you sort of look at it and it doesn't seem as original and unique as it was then, it's hard to remember how amazingly different it was and how it just paved the way for so much, and it's just completely perfect, isn't it? Every episode of this show is perfect, and I know the American one has done really well. I'm still yet to properly watch the American one, but I just can't believe anyone that tells me it's better than this, because it isn't going to be. It's got Americans in it for a start. The League of Gentlemen is another of my absolute favourites. It's just complete television perfection. Scary, creepy, hilarious, grotesque, disgusting, just amazingly acted, so well written, and the guys from League of Gentlemen are just so talented. I'm just always in awe. Whenever I watch any of the three series, I am just in awe of their amazingness, and oh, if I would do anything to be 1% as great as them. A slight change in Gimme Gimme Gimme. I know that it's not like credible to like this show, but for me it was really one of the biggest comedies of my life. I was so obsessed with it and still find it absolutely hilarious. If you haven't ever seen Gimme Gimme Gimme, or you think it's, you know, a bit low rent and whatever, it is kind of low rent comedy wise, but it's really funny. The Royal Family holds a very special place in my heart. I just find it amazing. Caroline Aherne is a complete genius, and the people that don't like it, I just don't understand. I don't understand what there isn't to like. They're just the most lovable characters. It's so real, it's so like funny, and then sometimes it gets really emotional, and it's made me cry on numerous occasions. Just the most real comedy there's ever been. I feel like The Smoking Room deserves a mention. There were two series of it and it didn't really do that well. I think it was on BBC Three. I mean, it stars Robert Webb, and I just think it's really clever. They just stay in one room the whole time. Both whole series are both in one room. They don't leave the room at all. I need to rewatch it because I haven't seen it for ages. It's so clever and brilliant and amazing, and yeah, Smoking Room, definitely give it a watch. Grandma's House, featuring my boyfriend Simon Amstell. I love him, so obviously I was always going to love this, but it is great. It's not just the fact that it's Simon Amstell. I was so happy that it was actually great. Just really well written. Again, he plays himself, and the best character is his mum's boyfriend Clive, who is just the most awful man. He just is an amazing example of the most awful people in the world, who you just hate so much, but you see so, really good. All I'm going to do in this video is go, oh, so good. Another slightly unsung hero, unless you're gay or into Tumblr and stuff. It's a bit of a sort of one that gays love this, and that's including me. Nighty Night, it's called. It's written and stars Julia Davis, and she is just amazing. It's so funny. If you haven't seen Nighty Night, this is the one out of all of these that I would say definitely watch. Summer High Time, mate. Oh, we get to the Australian comedies. Summer High Time. It's just so good. The same man plays 3 characters, and he's called Chris Lilly. He has done a lot of comedies like this where he plays a lot of different characters, but Summer Heights High is definitely his best. It's just great. He plays a little boy, a young girl, and a gay drama teacher. All of them are really funny. The gay drama teacher in particular is hilarious. Jamie, the girl, is also very funny and is in another one of his shows called We Could Be Heroes. Just so good though, so good. Watch it. Sticking with the Aussies, mate, we go to Kef and Kim. Kef and Kim is one of the most special comedies because of the way it's done. It's so different to anything else. Just so good, so many catchphrases, brilliantly shot, brilliantly done, and never takes itself too seriously or tries to be too clever in a way, but is still really clever. It's hard to explain, you should watch it. My comedy hero is Alan Partridge. There's nothing better than this series. This is the best comedy that's ever been made in this box here. Just the best sitcom ever. I'm Alan Partridge is so funny. There's nothing else to say, really. If you don't believe me and if you don't know, you should watch it. And finally, because I slagged off Americans at the start, and you may have noticed that none of those comedies were American, I will admit that there is one American comedy that I think is absolutely incredible, and that is Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's the best US comedy by far, because US comedy is mainly bollocks. All of them are the same. Community is the same, Parks and Recs is the same, they all just copy Arrested Development, which is pretty good, yeah, but they all copy it, so what's the point? They're all just too similar. It's just like, fuck off America with your bollocks. Ugh. Anyway, I'm being positive about America here because I love this. Curb Your Enthusiasm is amazing. It's just amazing. It's one of the most, again, unique, original concepts and so funny. All 8 seasons of this are absolutely perfect, and I look forward to season 9 because it will just continue in the same vein. America do very long runs of things and do season after season after season, and usually that means it gets worse and worse. Curb Your Enthusiasm, it's just continuing to be amazing, and you should definitely watch it. So they're my favourite comedies. It's YouTube Comedy Week, so expect some really hilarious videos do not expect any hilarious videos from me, but do expect hilarious videos from everyone else. I would like to link down the bottom in the description, DailyGrace. You should watch DailyGrace. If you have never watched DailyGrace, you should watch DailyGrace. She's really good. That's all I'm going to link because she's definitely the funniest YouTuber. And then just look on YouTube and there'll be all sorts of stuff on there about YouTube Comedy Week. It's exciting. Stuff's happening. Woo!